What's up guys, this is Zondish from Team Salts here with another deck profile. This here is my Luard deck profile. I'm going to show you how I run this deck and what strats I use. For the main start of the deck, I use one Creeping Dark Goat, Forerunner, Counterblast 1, put this unit in my soul, check top 5 cards for a grade 3 unit, add it to hand, shuffle deck. Obviously helps me search out for Luard if I don't get it on my first draw. Next I run 4 copies of Dragheart Luard. This right now is the most broken ass grade 3 that's out there. Skill is Ritual 3. During the beginning of your stride step, you can pay the cost. Send 2 normal units from your drop zone to the bottom of the deck, and you can stride for free. Then, on stride skill, when a G unit strides over this unit, Counterblast 1, retire one of your units, superior call 2 grade 1 or lower units from the deck. So basically, you can combo this up with certain skills. This is broken the stride cost. Then I run 2 copies of Blaster Dark Diablo. Ability is GB2. When paying the cost of stride into a unit with Diablo in name, he gets card used for stride gets grid plus 3. Then on stride, if you stride over this unit with the Diablo unit, you can pay the cost. The cost is you retire one of your opponent's units. Then I run 2 copies of Death Spray Dragon. GB1 skill. After this unit's attack, you can choose one of your rear guards retire, and you choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Then I run for grade 2s. I run 3 copies of Drag Wizard Leofal. Leofal's skill, Generation Break 1. Soul Blast 1, choose one rear guard in the same column as this one, retire it, and draw a card. Ritual 3, when he attacks Vanguard, plus 2. So basically, basic 11k attack on Ritual. Then I run 2 copies of Drag Wizard Uskias. Uskias is the new promo card from the new set, Clash of the Blade Fang. Ability is Ritual 3. Counterblast 1, if you have a Vanguard with Luard in its name, put a grade 1 from your drop zone to the bottom of the deck, then this unit gets plus 7, plus the power of the grade 1 sent back to the bottom of the deck. Then, Generation Break 1. I choose one of my rear guards and retire, and when this unit attack hits, I draw a card. Then I run 2 copies of Scornful Nygiva. Basically the Skull Witch Nemen clone, but for Generation Break. Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1, drop 1 card, draw 2 cards. It's basically plus 1 for my draws. Now for perfect cards. I run 4 copies of Drag Saver Esros. Esros' skill is put Guardian Circle, drop a card from hand, attack is nullified, but it has a Ritual ability. Ritual is, if you have 2 copies of her in the drop zone, you can retire one of your units, take 1 Esros from the drop zone, take both of the Esros, add 1 to your hand, send 1 to the bottom of the deck. I'll give you guys a close-up of that. Not a bad effect. Then this is your main counter trigger of the deck. You run 4 copies of Abyssal Owl. Skill is, when he's placed on from hand, and this is an automatic skill you always have to do as soon as you play him from the hand. His ability is, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. If you happen to find a Luard from among them, add it to your hand. Then, for doing this skill, pay the cost. You drop the same amount of, you drop a card from your hand to equal to grade 3. So you could pitch a grade 3 just to do that, or you can set 3 grade 1s into the drop zone, because this will activate your ritual. But it's a risky if you send 3 grade 1s, because you're really punishing your hand right there. Then I'm running 2 copies of Drag Wizard Knees. Knees' ability Ritual. When this card is placed on rear guard from the deck, it gets plus 3, but this is only plus 2. This is only activate at Ritual 3. And then secondary ability, Generation Break 1, after it finishes attacking, after the attack that it boosted a unit in front of it, you Counterblast 1, retire the unit, draw a card. It's basically more hand power, basically, for this deck. Then I'm running 2 copies of Blackwing Swordbreaker. Skill is, when this card is placed from on rear guard from deck due to an effect, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. So if you call both, and you can combo this off with Luard's Stride skill. So basically you're plussing hand from that. And then, for the Diablo portion, I run 2 copies of Black Chain Spirit Dance Formation Caden. Caden's skill is Generation Break 1. When this unit is retired due to an effect of Diablo, retired to the effect. If I have a Diablo Vanguard, I give the Vanguard plus 5, and then on hit, when the attack hits, I get to spirit call one grade 1 from the deck. So I basically do that if I want to go into a one-turn kill with Diablo. But I do run two versions of two Diablo Strats in this deck. Then, I run 2 copies of Drag Wizard named Fear. She's a new common grade 1 from the set. Her ability is Ritual 3, Counterblast 1. This unit gets plus 1k for every unit with Ritual on the board. So basically that. But she has the secondary ability. Soul Blast 1, retire her at the beginning of your main phase, countercharge 1 point of damage. And so her effect's good because you could prep her up for Ritual. Prep this up and get yourself for Ritual. Then, I run 2 copies of Knight of Red Flash Verdidad. Verdidad's skill is Ritual 3. When he's retired, I get to give one of my units on my board plus 5. Then, for common triggers, for this deck, I believe it's 8 crit and 4 draw and 4... 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. So I'm running these 2. I like this one because this is from the Hollow Trigger campaign. And that's just from the set that I like. Then I'm running 4 copies of the new critical trigger from Raging Clash, the Blade Fang. Bilal. Skill is Ritual 3. At the end of your turn, if this card is in your drop zone, you can just send this back to the bottom of your deck. Then, when this card is retired, and I have a Luard Vanguard, I get the skill to draw a card. And that's the secondary critical I run. Then for the draw trigger, I run 4 copy of Howwow. Its ability is, when he's on rear guard, I can move him to the soul, give a unit on my board plus 3. The only reason I run him is because this deck requires soul. But it's good to help me get plus hand. Then I run 4 basic heal triggers from the trial deck. Now, that's it for the main deck. Let's go into the stride zone. For strides, I run 3 copies of Aura Geyser Dragon, the original. Ability is Counterblast 1. When this unit attacks Vanguard, flip a copy of him face up, and then Soul Blast 1. His ability is, on attack, retire 2 units, reveal the top 2 cards in my deck. If any of them are grade 1 or lower, this unit gets plus 5, and those cards are added into my hand. So basically, I'm plussing power onto my Vanguard, and then I'm plussing my own hand. So I can use that in advantage for the next turn in order to guard. Then the reason why I only run 3 is because I run 1 copy of Aura Geyser Damned. Aura Geyser Damned's ability is Counterblast 1, and this doesn't have to be when it's attacked. Counterblast 1, flip an Aura Geyser face up, retire 3 units, then check the top 2 cards, every grade 1 or lower, retire a unit on the opponent's board. Then, if I have 3 or more face-up Aura Geyser Dragons in the G-Zone, he gets plus 1 critical. So basically, I'm plussing, and I'm retiring my opponent's board. Now, for secondary strat, I run 4 copies of Phantom Blaster Diablo. Ability is Counterblast 1, flip a copy of him face-up. This unit gets plus 10,000, plus 1 crit. Then the ability. Retire 3 of your units on attack. Your opponent has to, in order for him to guard against this attack, he must retire 2 units in order to guard this. But then I can combo this guy off with the grade 1 Kahedans because I can give him plus 5. So 2 plus 5 is 10k. Or I can combo this off with the last one grade 1 unit on the board be a third of dad. So my Vanguard, I would get the plus 5 Vanguard because that would make it hard for my opponent to guard. Because that would bring me up to 51,000 with a crit. But my opponent, if he has no rear guards, he can't guard, but he can still use generation guards. Now, for another grade 4, for the other strides, I run 1 copy of Dark Dragon Spectral Blaster Diablo. His ability is, I have not used him yet. I just recently got him, so he's in my deck now. So let's see. His ability is, choose a face down card from your G-Zone, turn it face up. Choose one of your rear guards, retire it. Until end of turn, this unit gets auto 1 per turn, generation break 3. Counterblast 2, choose 2 of your rear guards and retire. At the end of the battle, does this unit attack the Vanguard? Pay the cost. If you do, restand this unit, but this unit gets minus 2 drive. Then if I have a card with Diablo in its card name, I get to search for up to 1 grade 1 unit and call it to rear guard, then shuffle the deck. Then, this G unit was released in the new set, and I do not know why it's just a rare. This is 2 copies of Dark Dragon, Animus Pile Dragon. Animus Pile is Ritual 3. He gets +5 for every grade 1 in your drop zone. And I played it off with this guy, so I got him up to 110,000 power. Yeah. I don't know why he's just a rare. I believe he should have just been a double R or triple. Because he's really good. I like him at most. That's why I run 2. So I can push. Force my opponent to use G-Guard. Perfect Guard, I mean. Or I can use the second one in order to just push for game. Because I will just push my opponent at 5 damage. Make sure to check his hand beforehand. Make sure he never got a Perfect Guard. But getting him up to... Because late in the game, you will get a bunch of grade 1s in your drop zone with this deck. Then, for the next grade 1, I run 1 copy of Dark Dragon Carnivore Dragon. Ability is, choose one of your rear guards, retire. Your opponent must retire 2 rear guards. But if they cannot retire 2, all rear guards in the front row, all units in the front row get +4, including himself. So it will be 30. Then, for G Guardians, I run 2 copies of Dark Knight Ludwig. Ability is, when he's placed on the Guardian Circle, I may choose one of my grade 1 or lower rear guards and move it to the Guardian Circle. So I can help this when my first turn in my opponent's strides, because I can set up Ritual with this unit. Then, I run 2 copies of Dark Dragon Plotmaker Dragon. Plotmaker's Ritual 3, when this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, this unit gets +10 shield, so it's a 25k shield on its own. With Ritual 3. So basically, it helped me with defending, and that card has helped me in so many pinches against super big attacks. So overall, this has been my Luard deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will be seeing if my other friends will be posting videos for the channel, because they have been posting, and we're still trying to upload some stuff right now, and editing. So you guys hope you enjoyed. This is Andres from Team Salt, signing off.